Hi everyone. Let's try to understand uh, how we can write a PowerShell script for machines whichever are created in allowed regions and which is Central India or West India. These are the approved regions. And if the VMs in our subscription are not this or are not of any of these regions, then automatically we'll go and delete them. So as discussed in the previous videos, we are going to write this entirely using PowerShell. We can but once again I'm reminding you guys, we can actually create policies which can restrict users to create machines only in specific region. But as of now, to make you understand how we can write PowerShell scripts, uh, whether to find out whether the virtual machines are in allowed regions or not, if go ahead, otherwise if we'll go ahead and delete them. So let's understand how we can actually write a PowerShell script for that. The first command is to get AZ list of VMs in the subscription, and this is a command get list of VMs in a Azure subscription. So if I go ahead and I'll try this command here, I should get two VMs, which are right now running. So if I go into the subscription, uh, I could find two resources which are two virtual machines, and that is what this right now it is showing, two virtual machines. And I'll store this in VMs list, in a variable called VMs list. And we'll go and check in each VM of which region it is. So here it should show in which location it is. It's in East US and East Asia. So either of these regions are not allowed. So we'll going to say that for each VM in VMs list, we have to go and check. Let's go and check an if condition. If VM dot location is in Central India. So the way that's showing is East Asia, it's combined. So I'm going to look here at Central India and West India and South India. So if the VM location is in either of this, then we're gonna say write output VMS VM dot name. I'll just keep this in dollar is in approved location, which is VM dot location. And this is good. So let's go and try and test it, whether this is working or not. So this is not showing any of this. Yeah, because in either of it, it's not there. So if I mention here that write VM is not in approved location, and I'm going to say write error, and I'm going to mention here that in a new line, and let's see how this works. So it's clearly mentioning that VM East US is not an approved location. Now this is good. or we can actually mention here. And here I'm going to, so for each of the VMs which are not in the approved locations, VM not in approved location. And I'm going to create an empty array and going to add VM in this. Now, at the end of the day, for each VM in VM dot approved location, I'll go and create a remove -az. This is the command, and I have to mention the name. Name is $VM dot name and the resource group. Here it is VM dot resource group. So if you have n number of VMs which are not in the approved location, then it will go and delete in each of this. So I'm going to write this one here, mentioning that is 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 being deprovisioned, is deprovisioned, and from that's a location name. And similarly here, then, and once this is done, it should not ask for confirmation. So I'm going to and I'm going to create as job. So I'm going to delete the VM here, mentioning this one. Remove as job, and I have to wait for this to job to complete. So I'll just keep this in a value, and for every 5 VMs which are being deleted, I'll wait for that to complete. So I'll mention here count plus plus, and if count is of percentage 5 equals 0, or count is greater than or equal to approved list dot count, it will give the if in either of these cases, then I want first the jobs which are being triggered to be completed and then run the other jobs. So we are good. And we'll mention here waiting for jobs to complete. And we are good. Let's see how this works. So I'm going to get the list of the variants, and I'm going to check. So if you see, these are coming in red lines because I asked write error. So it will show it in write error. And VM so and so VM is not in approved location. So these are the VMs which are not in approved location. So automatically I am deprovisioning the VM. So I go back here and run this command. Uh, it is saying my VM so and so is being deprovisioned from the east west location, and similarly VM of my VM is being deprovisioned from East Asia location. So this two, so they're waiting for jobs to complete, and seems the jobs are being completed. So let's go and check whether the virtual machines are there or not. They are being removed. So that's one good one, that we have been able to remove all the resources, all the VMs which are not in the approved location. So the ones which are in the approved location, they are being still been there because I didn't add it in this, and those will not be removed and those will be kept running or whatever in the state where they are. This is how we can write a script, and I'll store the script in the GitHub. You can actually get this from the link from the description. Thank you.